Hey guys, Jennifer Don Gabiola, and today we are doing trying out this, doing a Facebook Live training. That way it's convenient for you to get some value on the fly. So today I wanted to talk with you. I wanted to share 3 tips to help you build your brand as an introvert. If you're hopping on, would love to know who's there. So if you could share a comment, that way I could say hi to you. I'm excited to share some tips that I've learned. Just to give you a little background, I have over 18 years of experience in branding and design, and I was a design director, and I've had my own business for about 7 years, and so I know branding can be like a beast. It's kind of overwhelming. So what I wanted to share today was just some fundamentals to think about as you're building your brand, because my way of building of branding is very deep, because I'm all about creating something that will last and that's sustainable and that feels real to you. So the tips I'm going to share with you today really go deep, because as an introvert, you go beyond the surface. You tune in really deeply to yourself and to others. So what I'm going to share with you today is to leverage those natural strengths. Okay, so the first tip I'd like to share to help you build your brand as an introvert is to first just own your natural strengths. Really looking at being an introvert is as a strength, because I think in our culture it just seems like if you're the loudest, you get the most attention. But I've found with my business that you being true to yourself and leveraging your natural strengths as an introvert really helps you to stand out, because you're not trying to be anyone else, right? So, for example, well, first let me back up. What is an introvert, right? An introvert is just someone that needs quiet time to recharge, right? It doesn't mean that you're antisocial or um, you're shy necessarily. It just means you need quiet time to recharge. So, your natural strengths as an introvert: you are intuitive, you're a good listener, you create deep connections. So, why I wanted to mention this tip is to own your natural strengths, is because the way marketing is changing, it's really becoming more about being real and creating real connections. So that's our natural strength as an introvert. We thrive on intimacy. We thrive on deep one-on-one connections. So when you understand that being an introvert is a real strength, and you can be a quiet leader, that in itself creates a strong foundation for you to know that what you're working with is you're starting off at a really strong point. Let me know in the comments if you resonate with these tips. The second one I wanted to share was to honor your energy. Okay, this is a big one, because if you look at the online space, it just seems like everyone's go, go, go. Just do all this, just keep doing so you're productive. But I found in order to have a sustainable business, you have to honor your energy. As an introvert, your energy is everything. So, really, making your quiet time each day a priority, really, because when you tune into yourself, that really helps you to feel grounded, not only in your spirit, but then you also feel connected to something greater than yourself. And then you become an open channel to allow that guidance to come through. I shared a post today where this morning when I woke up, I got this divine nudge to go outside, start my day actually going outside and just spending time, in the sunlight and just taking a breath, because normally I'd wake up and I have a routine, but I wouldn't normally start the day going outside. But it felt really good to just be present and feel like connected within myself, and then connected with life in general, and to just be really have a moment of gratitude, because gratitude really allows you to get really in tune with all the blessings you already have and to receive more. Okay, so around tip number 2 is to honor your energy. So prioritize your quiet time each day, and tune in so you can receive that inner guidance, right? Also, around that topic, honor your pace. Definitely honor your pace. You don't have to rush. I think sometimes when you compare yourself to other people, you feel like, oh my God, I'm behind, but you're not behind. You have to trust your own pace. And then also, it's helpful is to notice when you have the most energy. So, like for me, I get them. I work well between like 10 and 3. Um, Sometimes I'll work late at night if I feel inspired, but generally that's when I have the highest, my most energy. So think about if you have most of the energy in the morning, or are you a night owl? Like leverage that, because then you can maximize your time when you're working. Okay, so tip number 3 to help you build your brand as introvert. I kind of touched on this. Trust your instincts. Okay, straight up, there's no formula for success, okay? So you have to be courageous and commit to paving your own way. You really, really do. I've tried like following people's formulas, and it's good to learn how other people have done it, but at the end of the day, no one is you, and you have to. It's like a trial and error process to see what's gonna work, you know. And so, what you do then is basically like a curious experiment. You just take small, inspired steps forward, right? And it needs to feel right to you. If you're like following someone who's maybe done it before, but it just doesn't feel right to you, like trust that, because just because someone has done it a certain way and it's worked for them does not guarantee it's going to work for you. And vice versa. If something's worked for you, doesn't mean it's going to work for someone else. So you really have to be really grounded in yourself, knowing your value, which is tip number 1, and then honoring your energy, because honoring your energy is going to be the fuel for you to move forward, and trusting your instincts, because especially as an introvert, you're deeply intuitive. So you have to know that life is actually wanting to help you and co-create with you to create something that's never been created before. But you have to be brave, because especially in the online space, it's going to require you to be real and honest. So you have to have that real and honest relationship with yourself first before you, really try to go out there and connect with a lot of people, because people can feel your vibe. That's why I wanted to include that tip about honoring your energy. As an introvert, you don't necessarily want to talk a lot, but your vibe will precede you. Your people will feel your intention and your vibe. So you have to be really in tune with yourself. Okay, so let me see. Okay. So I wanted to share a bonus tip. So the first one, again, own your natural strengths as an introvert, honor your energy, and trust your instincts. But the bonus tip I wanted to include was to really, if I could tell myself one lesson or tip when I first started my business, is to really work on your mindset. Because you can do a lot of things, do a lot of techniques, follow a lot of like people's guidance, but if your mindset is like not ready to receive that, let's say you do all the right things, but deep down you don't feel like you're worthy, or there's some sort of other limitation, that's going to get in the way of you creating your own success. So if I could give you like one tip that I really feel like is really imperative, is really to give yourself, be kind and loving with yourself, but really work on your mindset and reflect on these things that might be blocking you from receiving more success, more wealth. And it's an ongoing process, but you can only receive what you're able to give. And so you have to be able to get your mind and your spirit right about receiving, really. So I definitely feel like working on your mindset is imperative if you have a business. Okay, so let me know in the comments which of these tips resonated with you the most. These are actually some highlights that I took from my annual Quiet Voice Big Impact branding course, which is coming up. I'm excited. I usually run in October, so it's going to be coming up soon. So, but I wanted to pull some highlights from there, because branding is such a big, it's a big, not even a task, it's a big goal. And so to break things down in a way that feels relevant and true to you, it's imperative because you have to lay down a strong foundation first before you start to do, the techniques, which is like social media. Are you going to be on Instagram? Are you going to be on Facebook? Are you going to be on Snapchat? Like all of those, are you going to have a website? Like all those are very important tools, but you have to know your voice. You have to understand your value. You have to know how you serve and understand that you are an expert in what you do, not just based on what you do, but also with who you are. And so I felt like maybe starting off this conversation with these tips would start off, help you create like a strong foundation as you're building your brand, because your brand is a natural extension of you. So as you evolve, your brand's going to evolve, right? It's never going to be stagnant. So that's why I added that bonus tip, because you have to be super self-aware, in a loving and kind, compassionate way, but you have to be self-aware to what could be holding you back and how you can make those changes, right? So let me know in the comments which tip you resonate with you the most. But be looking out for more information about my course, which is coming up soon in October. Let me see if I missed anything here. Okay, cool. So I had a few people share some comments in our Quiet Voice Big Impact community with some questions about what they're struggling with their brand. So I wanted to address those questions. And if you have any questions, please share in the comments what you're challenged with, and I'd be happy to answer that for you. Okay, so the first question I got from Katie, and she said she is an ambivert, which is a hybrid of being an introvert and an extrovert. And she says that she struggles with strategy and execution. She says she's a free spirit, but she struggles with the strategy part and the execution. So, Katie, I know you're going to check out the replay here. So, I wanted to learn a little bit more as to why you feel like you struggle with strategy. So, I was just going to make a guess that maybe there's a fear of making your big idea real because it's going to actually get you closer to your goals. I don't know if that's true for you, but I wanted to address that just in case other people could relate to that, because it's common that we can dream big, but actually making that real can be scary, because it's like, oh my God, what if it comes true? What if I'm more successful? Can I handle it? Or what if I fail? What's going to happen then? There's just like so many what ifs. So I don't know if that's relevant for you, but I felt inspired to mention that. But I did want to say that because you are a free spirit and because you're creative, to always say this to my clients and students, to flow first, and then flow first, logic second. So flow meaning allow your intuition to come through you. Allow the magic to download, right? Whatever you feel lit up and inspired by. Like when you're in the shower, when you have inspiration, like those are real divine downloads that need to be to make a priority, because that's actually, again, life is co-creating with you. So when you allow your creative process to feel fun and to let it flow, then eventually I want you to reframe the idea that strategy can also be fun, and a strategy can also be light. I think sometimes we assume that strategy is like the hard part, but try to look at strategy as like it's a container. It's a container for the magic. It's a vehicle to actually make your dream actually real, right? So I just wanted to encourage you, Katie, to really maybe reframe that strategy can be light and fun, and it's actually meant to be a solid container to allow your divine guidance, your intuition, that magical divine download to actually come from like the ether through you to actually make it real. Because by you allowing it to go through that container, that vehicle, then other people will be able to receive the benefit of your vision, right? So yeah, I hope that's helpful. Just reframing what strategy is and just looking at it just like objective. It's just a container. So something else I wanted to share with you, Katie, is to definitely keep trusting your instincts about what inspired action steps to take. Try not to get overwhelmed with what other people are doing, because that's not for you. I mean, what's for other people are for other people. What's for you is what lights you up, right? So just keep trusting your own instincts and what you feel lit up to do. And if you get still, you can feel out like, what is it? I ask myself, for example, I ask God, what is it that I need to do today? And then I just get quiet and feel that out, and then just do that. It's about taking small, consistent steps. Okay, and then I wanted to share with you one more thing, Katie. To the stuff that you really just don't like, the admin stuff that you said that stresses you out, like delegate that. Give that to the administrative tasks that you don't enjoy. Give that to like a VA or a online business manager, because there's people out there who, like, that's their zone of genius, right? So allow those people to support you with the stuff that you really, really don't want to do, so that way you can focus on your zone of genius, like, which is, writing in your case, and creating stories and connection. So focus most on what you're good at, your instincts, and reframe that strategy is just a vehicle or a container, a way for you to allow that magical download to be translated into something real. Okay, cool. So I hope that was helpful for you, Katie. If you, when you watch the replay, let me know in the comments, and I'll follow up with you. Okay, and then Anitra shared a question that she tends to get stuck in the details. She's working on her brand, but she gets stuck making things pretty and perfect with her brand. Okay, I relate to this because my background is in design. So it's good to have the desire to make things beautiful and to work at a high level of excellence. But I will say it's important that you focus more on progress over perfection. Okay, I know that's not like super easy, but just even setting that intention is going to help you move in that direction. Because really what's most important is that you're making small, consistent steps. And I think sometimes with perfection, we're trying to make it be like a certain way that actually paralyzes us from actually moving forward. So the goal is for you to take small, consistent steps forward that create momentum, right? That create momentum, because it's not about doing everything all in one day. It's about asking yourself, what is it I need to do today? And then doing that to your fullest ability. And then that's it, being happy with that. And something I wanted to share with you, Anitra, is because I ask myself this when I get stuck in trying to make things perfect, will focusing on this small detail move me forward with my bigger goal? If you, let's say, are feeling stuck and you feel obsessed by this one detail, is it really helping you move forward, or is it keeping you stuck? Is it really going to add to the overall goal or not? So you got to pick and choose, like pick your battles. Is this small detail, if I really take the time to really do this the exact perfect way, is that really going to improve the overall goal that I'm wanting, right? If it's not, then let it go. You can always go back. You can always go back and refine it, but it's really about focusing on what's most essential towards your overall goal, right? Let me see here. Yeah, so I hope that's helpful. I think I addressed most of the questions here. If you have any questions, just type it in the comments below. I did want to say that for the month of September, I will be sharing these regular Facebook Live trainings. So let me know if there's certain things that you would like me to talk about. But today I really felt guided to talk about just some fundamental tips to help you build your brand as an introvert. And if you're just joining us, just as a recap, the 3 tips were to own your natural strengths as an introvert, to honor your energy, and to trust your instincts. And the bonus tip was to definitely prioritize, work on your mindset, to really cultivate that mindset that will allow more wealth, more success, for you to be able to receive that. Because I think sometimes we struggle deep down. We struggle with, oh, am I worthy? Or we feel like we have to prove our worth. So that work, that inner work, is necessary. It's really necessary for you to grow to your next level. I tried going around that for years, but if you really want that sustainable dream, that success that you really are really wanting, you have to go there. You have to go deep within yourself and allow those parts of yourself to be healed. That's why I encourage you to be kind and compassionate with yourself, because it's a process, right? This whole thing is a process. Okay, cool. So, I did want to mention that on Monday, September 26th, to help you feel more confident, being more visible with your brand as an introvert, with your brand in your business, I'm going to be rerunning our awesome Quiet and Fierce Truth or Dare Visibility Challenge. We did this early in the spring, and it was so much fun. I mean, we got so much engagement, and people really got a lot of benefit from doing this 5-day challenge. And so I feel excited to do it again. So if you want to sign up, if you're new to the group, you can sign up at dawningsoul.com/quiet ampersand fierce. Quiet and fierce. That's a little ampersand. So what I'll do is in the post here, I'll share the link, but be sure and sign up so you can get the emails sharing all the details for each day of the visibility challenge. But the link is again dawningsoul.com/quiet and fierce. And again, the and is the little ampersand symbol. Okay, cool. So I hope this was helpful for you. I didn't want to overwhelm you with too much, but I really, again, my approach to everything is to go about it in a deep way, because that's, again, how you're going to build this foundation, this strong foundation for your brand, this strong foundation to create genuine connection with your community, because really things are shifting more and more in the marketing online space, especially that people are wanting genuine connection, and it requires you to really be real with yourself so you can be real with others. And then when you're developing these like genuine connections, when you do share, because you've built this deep connection, it's not going to feel like a weird, like cold sort of pitch, right? It's going to be like sharing with friends, and that's the intention, right? So you share with people you genuinely care about and who genuinely care about you. So I see that Andrea, hi Andrea, I'm happy you joined. If you have any questions, Andrea, let me know. We're wrapping up the end of this Facebook Live training about 3 tips to help you build your brand as an introvert. But I'd be happy to, if you have any questions, Andrea, let me know. I'd be happy to hang on here and answer your question live. If you're watching the replay and you have a question, you can always put in the comments too, and then I'll come back to this recording later in our Quiet Voice Big Impact community, and I'll do my best to answer that. But I picked the questions that I got over the past few days that I thought would be relevant for a lot of people in our group. So, how are you doing, Andrea? How are you doing, Andrea? Hope you're having a good day. Let me see if I missed anything. So, I am super excited about my course coming up. This will be the 3rd time I'm running it, and Quiet Voice Big Impact branding course. And really to see how people have got so much benefit with really understanding like their value as a person, and their value with their brand. Again, my approach is very deep, and then to see them transform within themselves and then recognize their value and then infuse that in their brand and really create success on their own terms with their brand. Like, that's super fulfilling for me. So, um, so let me know if you have any questions. But yeah, and definitely check out the other resources we have in our group. I really, you know, I appreciate that recently I've been getting a lot of feedback that people are enjoying our Quiet Voice Big Impact community. And that makes me really happy because my intention has always been that I wanted it to feel like a safe space for you to share who you are and to practice being visible and to share what you're working on, just to feel supported, because I really believe in the power of sisterhood. I really don't throw that word out lightly. I really believe that we as women need each other. We need each other to lean on each other and to especially those days when we feel like giving up. um, you need like people who really want to see you win and want to help see you thrive. So that's the intention and the spirit of our group. And I really appreciate everyone that has been a part of the group for a while and all the new people that have joined. And I'm super excited about the visibility challenge, the Truth or Dare visibility challenge coming up on Monday, September 26th. So be sure to sign up there. And one last time, the sign up is dawningsoul.com/quiet and fierce. Okay, guys. Well, Andrea, if you don't have any questions, I'm going to go ahead and hop off. But I'll be in our group a little later today. I'm going to go take a break now. But I really hope that this training was helpful for you. And if you are watching the replay, if you have any questions about how to build your brand or anything related to visibility, your brand, leadership as an introvert, whatever you feel like you're challenged with, or you're struggling with, I'd be happy to follow up and answer a question later. But I will be doing another one, another Facebook Live training next week. So be on the lookout for that as well. Okay, cool. So I'm going to hop off, but I hope you have a wonderful and a blessed day. Bye.